Assalamu alaikum everyone. In this video we are going to learn the transformations of sinusoidal functions. Sinusoidal functions are basically the periodic functions that repeat their pattern in a regular manner. So the first equation is the sinusoidal transformed equation of the sine function, and the second is the transform equation of the cosine function. So we are using the sine and the cosine, these two sinusoidal functions over here. Okay, so first I would like to state the domain of the sine and the cosine function is always the set of real numbers, right? The range of the sine and the cosine function belongs to the set of real numbers, and it lies between the minimum and the maximum value. So the range always lies between the minimum and the maximum value, right? Now the A value in the transformation is basically the amplitude, and it has two formulas like maximum subtract minimum divided by 2, or you can say maximum minus C. So what is the C in the transform equation? So C is basically the equation of axis, and it has the formula maximum plus minimum divided by 2. Right? Okay, so if you have to find the maximum value, we need to add the amplitude and the equation of axis, and when you have to find the minimum value, you have to subtract the equation of axis, subtract the amplitude, right? Okay, now what is a D in this transformed equation? The D is the phase shift, and it is basically the starting point of the curve, whether it is a sine curve or the cosine curve. Basically the starting point of the curve is the phase shift, right? Now period is basically a one complete cycle. The definition of the period is a one complete cycle, and it has different formulas. If you know the K value in your equation, when the equation is given and the K value is given to you, you have to use the first formula of the period, that is 360 degrees over K when you have when you're dealing with the degrees. But when you're dealing with the radians, you can say 2 pi by K is your period, right? Okay, when the equation is not given to you and you have given the curve, then you have to use the second formula for the period, that the ending point subtract the starting point. First you need to fix the one complete cycle in your curve, and then you have to pick the ending point of your cycle and the starting point of the cycle and subtract it. You will get the period. Okay, and when the equation is not given to you and the curve is also not given to you, and you have only given the information about the maximum point and the minimum point, then you have to use the third formula to figure out the period, right? So the third formula is basically 2 times minimum of x coordinate subtract the maximum of x coordinate. You will get the formula, the value of the period, right? Okay, moving to the 9th point is basically the frequency. Whenever the question is asked about finding out the frequency, so you just have to do the reciprocal of the period, you will get the frequency. So 1 by period is the frequency formula. And we also have a reflections in the sinusoidal functions as well. So we have a reflection in x-axis when the A value is negative, and we have a reflection in y-axis when your K value is negative, right? I hope you understand all the transformations of the sinusoidal functions. If you like my video, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. See you next time.